Coming up, we'll be looking at one of the most popular sports spots on campus right here on ONTV Update.
From the BMC studio at Onondaga Community College, this is ONTV Update.
Good afternoon and welcome to ONTV Update. This is Friday, April 2nd. I'm Matthew Davidson. Yesterday, registration for the summer and fall 2021 semesters began. For current students, registration for incoming former students starts on Tuesday, April 6th. Schools at Onondaga Community College are encouraging students to start making their plans for the summer and fall semesters. Current students can reach out to their assigned advisor to schedule an appointment for creating their class schedule and getting registered. If you are coming back for the fall semester and you are taking classes, you'll have to get advised. For those classes, if you don't know who your advisor is, you can go to the Gordon Student Center and talk to an advisor. They can help you pick out classes for the upcoming semester and beyond. If you know what classes you want to take and you fall under the Broadcast Media Communication Department, you can contact your advisor to get the classes you need and talk about your transfer options. Students who are interested in living in the residence halls at Onondaga Community College can now use the fall 2021 application to apply to live on campus for the next year. For returning students, the priority application deadline to be involved in the room selection lottery is next Friday, April 9th. There will once again be single and double rooms available. Living in the resident halls is a great way to make the most of your time at OCC. Down in the Gordon Student Center, OCC has a nice little retail shop called Bechamel. ONTV Updates, Luke Buskowski went over there to check things out.
Bechamel is a retail shop run by OCC's hospitality students. Its goal? To teach their students what it is like to work in such a business.
It's actually a class where they learn how to develop a business plan, also run the retail shop. They come into the labs, they produce the goods to be sold in the retail shop, they set the whole thing up, they have to do marketing, that kind of thing. It gives them a great opportunity to apply what they've learned out in the industry.
There is definitely a lot of hard work that goes into it. It's entirely student run, so it's really up to us whether or not the business is successful. It is absolutely worth it for the experience, and also it's very rewarding because it pays off. This is a very popular spot in the school. Lots of people come to it, and it's something that people enjoy. So just being able to bring that joy to other people is nice.
The bakery is only open every Tuesday from 10:30 to 1. Nevertheless, the people here work very hard to prepare all the baked goods for people to buy. From Bechamel in the Gordon Center, I'm Luke Buskowski of ONTV Update.
Normally, Bechamel would be open on Thursdays as well, but due to COVID-19, they're only open on Tuesdays and can only let up to 3 customers in the shop at once. Everyone else must wait in the line out in the hallway. Coming up, there seems to be less snow than normal and warmer days to back it up. This begs the question of why it's happening. Find out later on ONTV Update.
The vast majority of the programs that we have are getting students ready to have skills that will transfer right into being able to go to work.
It's exciting to see that, they're definitely, the jobs are in demand for these different occupations.
Most of this stuff is going to be located right here in Whitney Hall. Certainly applied technology and all our labs are located over here in Whitney Hall. You can just reach out to our school office directly.
I love working at the library. I've been a librarian for many, many years. Love helping students. I love the moment, especially here at OCC, when I'm assisting a student who might be doing research and they're just say, I never knew about that. I never knew you could do that. And that's such a great moment because we have such a huge and wonderful amount of resources available to students that many of them don't really know how to access.
Finals are coming up fast, and Coulter Library is ready. We have lots of new computers, several new study rooms, and extended hours for finals review sessions. If you're stressed about that final exam or frantically working to finish that term paper, look no further. Take advantage of our subject resources and prepare for the end of a successful semester here at Coulter Library.
I think OCC is a great choice for students, especially if they're not exactly sure what they want to do. I developed the Geospatial Science and Technology program as a way to introduce students to that world that I discovered, learning how to make maps with a computer, collecting data and analyzing that. And we still have a lot of industry connections, and that's always good for trying to find internships or even full-time employment.
I think working with the students and hearing the stories of how successful students are, and lately I've got a lot of, being able to write letters of recommendations to students that are going on to a next program, and hearing about what they've done at their next school or in their next career move. I think that's hearing the success stories and really working with the students and getting to know the students. Sometimes my office is a revolving door because students want to come in and talk, which is great. So that's why I'm here.
Living at OCC is a great experience academically and socially. One of my first impressions of OCC is that it was a bigger than normal community college, more like a private school. All the academic resources are within my fingertips. I can go to the library, do homework outside of the dorms, and then come back and have a nice social life without being stressed. Smaller class size allows me to interact with the professor more. OCC also has a great education with an affordable tuition for anybody of any age.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Matthew Davidson. Sebastian Goodness is now here with the weather. Can we hope for some nice days this week, Sebastian?
Yes, indeed, Matt. Looks like spring this year will feel nicer than usual with temperatures at highs of 50s and lows of upper 30s and mid 40s. Though today feels a bit chilly with a high of 37 and low of 24. According to weather.com, this week will be partly cloudy with moderate chances of rain all throughout. We'll see a high of 51 and a low of 37 on tomorrow. Then on Sunday, it'll be really nice out with a high of 57 and low of 34. On Monday, we'll see a high of 54 and low of 34. But Tuesday and Wednesday is when things really start breaking up with temperatures at highs of 60 on Tuesday and 63 on Wednesday. A perfect time to enjoy the outdoors is ahead. Speaking of nice weather, I'm sure you've noticed how little snowfall we've gotten through the past month. I went around campus to see what effect that might bring.
Snow is a very prominent part of central New York, but this year has seen warmer days in the winter and spring than others. People have definitely taken notice. People like OCC student Justin Schaffer.
Last year it was significantly more snow. Like there's more snow more often in the winter months. This year, not so much. This year I think Christmas, it didn't snow at all and it was actually pretty green. Where compared to last year, it was definitely a very snowy Christmas.
You know, with the weather the way it is right now, do you assume we're living in the South right now? So, is this cause for alarm?
Perhaps it is because meteorology professor Martin Martino described what caused the change.
In the big scheme of things, there's a wind pattern called the jet stream that's really high up in the lower part of the atmosphere, called the troposphere. And that kind of ends up steering the weather systems that we normally see here.
The jet stream has changed the type of air that ends up in our area, and in turn causes less snow per year.
This year we're at least 30 inches less than we had last year, and both years are much less than normal. The normal snow is 123 inches at the airport. We're about 50 inches below that so far.
Winters in central New York might not be the same again.
Even though there was less snow than expected, it did snow again a couple times this week. Anyway, that's all, brother. Back to you, Matt.
Thanks, Sebastian. For students who have classes in person, Onondaga Community College has labeled quiet locations for students to relax, do homework, and study in between their classes. There is one available classroom on the second floor of the SRC Arena, two on the first floor of Ferrante, 1 on the first floor of Academic 2, 2 on the second floor of Whitney, and 1 on the third floor of Whitney. In Mount Whitney, there are 3 study spaces on the first floor, 7 on the second floor, and 5 on the third floor. After the break, we'll take a look at the impact of the canceled spring sports season on OCC students. How have students been spending their time now that they can't practice or play? Find out on ONTV Update.
To my knowledge, every single person that's teaching in the program is still presently actively working in the field. Every single one of these professors is an expert in their craft. If it wasn't for this department, if it wasn't for people like Mark Ballard or Mike Kaminsky or Magic on the radio side of things, 0 Point and myself, I wouldn't be where I am today.
In the sound recording program, I was asked to develop 4 courses and teach those 4 courses based in studio recording. So learning the basics of microphones and interface boxes and computer software and cabling and all that, and the process of just tracking musical performances and then mixing them. It gives those students who are interested in sound a little bit more of a broader education in how we can apply sound recording.
My classes aren't too bad. As a business major, they're kind of difficult, so I can always come here and get some help, or if I have any questions about my student profile or anything about that, there's always help here. They took me through like the list of options of courses that I could choose, and I picked the best ones that I think were suited for me. Honestly, without OCC and the help of the Student Center, I just wouldn't really be where I am today.
The School of Art, Design, Media, and Music is the best school.
So there's architecture and interior design. There is broadcast media and communications. There is art, photography, and music and sound recording.
We're a little different. We're very artistic, we're very creative.
A lot of the school is about advising, transfer, career building, and community, like having a place for people to go.
My favorite part about teaching criminal justice is the conversations I end up in with my students. We are talking about tough stuff, justice and fairness. What's different here than other places? The commitment of the faculty and staff in leading students towards their goals.
So Career Services does a variety of different things. We help students from day one, so exploring options within majors or careers, we help with that. We help with guiding them anything that they need throughout their schooling here, so helping them get job shadows and informational interviews, internships, volunteer experience, and then ultimately helping them for whatever's after OCC.
Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Sean O'Brien. Sports cancellations have made it difficult for student athletes to choose attendance over a leave of absence this semester. Taking a walk through any of OCC's sporting facilities will reveal an eerie quiet. The reason? No spring sports are happening this semester. OCC's prestigious athletic teams are taking the season off in light of health and safety risks. A number of students have made the difficult decision to take a leave of absence in light of this. Jake Humes, a student on the baseball team, has decided to continue to attend class.
So I think staying on campus and going in person has really allowed me to stay on track with what I'm supposed to be doing and keeping up with all my grades. And this is allowing me to become a better athlete at the end because I'm being organized, and I'm knowing how to manage my time and stuff like that.
Though the COVID pandemic has affected every aspect of college from classes to dining, Director of Athletics Michael Borsch is positive that the sports cancellation is only a fleeting concern.
The pandemic and everything that's happened is all temporary. I understand, that where students are coming from. I understand decisions they have to make, but we'll be here waiting for them, ready to go, ready to support them, ready to start competing when the time's right.
Jake shares Director Borsch's optimistic outlook.
It's hopefully going to get better for our school next semester, but we just got to hold out and wait.
Jake's hope is a hope shared by many like-minded fans and athletes at OCC. The canceled spring sports season will not have a negative impact on the future eligibility of student athletes. Students who miss their season this spring will be regarded similarly to redshirts. Yesterday was a very eventful day for hockey fans, with a total of 9 games being played across Canada and the U.S. Standing out was the game between Montreal Canadiens and the Ottawa Senators, in which Montreal defeated Ottawa by a score of 4-1, making this their 3rd consecutive win. The New York Islanders also faced off against the Washington Capitals, mopping the floor with them. With a score of 8-4, number 13, Matthew Barzal, earned his keep by scoring a whopping 3 goals with 2 assists, sealing the win for New York. We are closing in on the end of the NCAA tournament. 4 teams remain in the tournament, and tomorrow's games will determine which 2 teams face off on Monday at Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. Baylor will be facing off against Houston at 5:14 p.m., and Gonzaga will be playing UCLA at 8:34 p.m. Even though the SRC Arena is available to OCC students looking to stay fit, there is still a number of outdoor trails and paths in Onondaga County. Students looking for a change of scenery and some warm spring weather can choose between many parks for outdoor activities such as biking and running. Parks like the Erie Canal Park in Camillus and the Onondaga Lake Park in Liverpool are all short drives away from the OCC campus. Syracuse baseball fans can get ready to see the Syracuse Mets, formerly known as the Chiefs, in action again soon. The Mets are gearing up to begin their 2021 season in May. They were formerly slated to begin their season in April, but in an effort to give the players adequate time to vaccinate, the season has been delayed. The Mets will begin their season with a week of home games against the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders before facing off against the Worcester Red Sox in a series of away games the next week. I still refer to the Mets as the Chiefs sometimes. Old habits die hard, I guess. Did you ever go see any games back when they were called the Chiefs?
No, I did not go to games when they were called the Chiefs. Thank you, Sean. Coming up, we will look at how the staff at the Office of Accessibility Resources have been helping students. After the break, we will show you how one public speaking professor has changed the landscape for other public speaking professors right here on ONTV Update.
Look at what's happened here with COVID. Look at how you've seen other schools where infection rates have been very high, and here they've been extremely low. That's because the students here are really dedicated to doing the right thing and to learn and work toward that degree and work toward a better life through higher education. I think a community college is the perfect answer to everyone's educational needs.
One thing that I love about my job is the people here at OCC. Students definitely need assistance with career exploration, and that's one of our expertise. So making sure that the students know what they want to do and any way that we can support it. I love working with the students. I love working with the faculty and staff. I like that every day is a little bit different.
Recently, the college has developed a new sound recording program, and we partnered with the music department, and 4 of the courses in that program are offered through the BMC program. BMC 225 and 226 focus on live sound reinforcement and recording. So a lot of students who are interested in if they have a band or if they perform live, what's the best way to get their sound to be optimized for their audience?
This can be in any major. They can have disabilities. I have students who do have disabilities and work with another department in addition to me. I have students who are veterans. I have students that work full-time. And I'm just a source of assistance for them to get them through the college process, that's all.
Everybody like on the edge of their seats yelling. People want to see you do good. People actually coming out to watch me play. So it definitely give me an incentive to play hard, get some buckets. I guess it's one of the top JUCOs in the country. This is a good program to get your name out there. I like to go by like the sky is the limit. Like you can do anything you put your mind to. Like I didn't really know I was gonna break a record. I just kind of figured like if I was to put all in the work in, you could do anything that you put your mind to. If you're gonna work hard or something, just give it your all.
Because we're a two-year school, you're gonna play right away. As a freshman, you're gonna get pretty good parts, and as a sophomore, you're gonna have all the best stuff. We have a lot of non-majors involved, and they can play in ensembles, they can take lessons, they can take music classes. They really could do all the music major things. There are no barriers to that. We have great equipment, we have great facilities. It's a lot of fun to be here. There's a lot of energy, and we do a lot of performing, which makes everybody kind of energetic and working towards those goals together, and it makes it a lot of fun.
Tomorrow at 1 p.m., the Vineyard Church Westcott site is throwing its 4th annual Easter egg hunt. There will be a hunt for eggs with candy prizes as well as a chance to win prizes. The egg hunt will be a socially distant event that will be safe for everyone. Register at eventbrite.com. Also tomorrow from noon to 3, there's an Easter motivational event hosted by KDV over at Orchard Village in Camillus. There will be food, entertainment, and a raffle with big prizes. Event tickets cost $5 and all exclusive tickets cost $25. Finally, on Monday at 7 p.m., Syracuse hosts a Come Up with a Great Business Idea event. In this 90-minute seminar, you will learn how to sell your ideas to make them a reality. The event takes place on webinar. Welcome back to ONTV Update. I'm Matthew Davidson. Community colleges are known for not being so expensive, an alternative to private colleges and universities that have very strict admission standards like Ivy League schools such as Cornell. But what community colleges are best known for is how accessible their professors are. Professor Muhammad is a public speaking teacher at Onondaga Community College, but that isn't all that he does in the Syracuse community.
So I was teaching as in the ministry, and I'm having meetings on Sundays, and teaching. And there's a guy that was a student at Syracuse University that came to our meetings, and he would say to me, man, he said, I learn a lot when I come here. He said, the things that you teach me are really good.
At Onondaga Community College, every professor in every department has to work alongside their colleagues to achieve something in their respective classes and to benefit their students.
We do a lot of collaboration in our department, and Mark has a unique way of teaching public speaking. So I am always interested in what he has to say about public speaking.
Professor Muhammad, Professor Etzel, and Professor Wainwright thought about combining forces to write a book about public speaking about 6 to 8 years ago, but Professor Etzel uses that textbook in her public speaking class currently.
I think it's most of the times the other way, Matt. It's not preparing enough that makes you nervous when you don't feel prepared and you feel nervous, and then you get up there and you stumble. Sometimes, you know, when you got your script, you're prepared.
Public speaking is about being able to perform in front of the class and becoming a natural at it, which might take time to do, but with practice, it can be achieved. Professor Muhammad was appointed to the Board of Education at the Syracuse School District back in January 2015 by then Mayor Minor. He was reelected by the people of the city of Syracuse in 2019. We are over halfway through the semester, so for those of you who are registered with the Office of Accessibility Resources, the staff there is going to be checking in on how you are doing, assuming they haven't done so already. If you feel like you're having trouble, you should let them know. They might just be able to help you. Sebastian Goodness is back now with the weekend forecast. Sebastian, how's it look?
Pretty good, all things considered. This weekend's shaping up to be a nice one for once. It might not have been nice out today with a high of 37 and a low of 24, but things will warm up with a high of 51 tomorrow and 57 on Sunday. This weekend will be a good time to ride a bike, go out for a walk, or just enjoy the scenery.
I guess that means that we can put away. I guess that means we can put away those winter jackets. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us this week on ONTV Update. Next Friday will be a wellness day, but don't forget to come back in 2 weeks for more stories. Have a great day and have a great weekend.